This is Lewis, and I helped him close over 30 deals just last year through social media. Today we're gonna go over his exact strategy, how long it took to close his first deal, common mistakes agents do when they build their personal brands, and how his career looked like before social media and after. Let's get into it.
So if I were to make a division just like this, right, and ask you how your career in real estate was like before building your personal brand.
It were exactly the same as everybody else. So you're ringing through the sort of database you've got at the company you work for.
Right, so you're cold calling.
Correct. Speaking to owners, buyers, sellers.
Right.
Just trying to create some sort of relationship, getting a listing,
Right.
putting that onto the portals, so Property Finder and Bayut.
Right.
And you would then rely on the leads coming from the portals.
Right, so you would solely rely on the portals.
Correct. Yeah, I mean that's what 90% of the agents rely on. They're just they're just an inbound agent. They're just relying on
Right.
the leads coming in from there.
Right. How effective was that?
Not very. Don't get me wrong. I did a couple of deals, but you're not getting any sort of real traction.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can have 3 listings online, so you're just diluted.
Right, and so obviously you're also competing with like 90% of the agents in the market.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
And how were the owners' reaction when you actually called them? Like most of them would just like.
Yeah, a lot of them would just put the phone down or hang up. Obviously, you've got to consider they might be getting 3, 4, 5 calls a day.
Yeah.
So you're nothing new to them. Yeah, it's quite demoralising after 3 months.
I get that. Sweet. And then after you created content, right? And so obviously you've been doing this now for 2 years almost, like a year and a half, right?
Yeah, just under 2 years.
Right. So what's the difference?
Well, now obviously everything's inbound, everything comes to me.
Yeah.
So I've got clients that recognise me in the communities. They're messaging me, asking me for my advice. People asking me to list their properties, which is a change from me asking them.
Yeah.
People just automatically seem to trust me a lot more. They've seen my face all over social media consistently. It might not be pumping out the content that they like, but they still see you, so they still know that you're active.
How effective is it comparative to relying just on portals?
It's night and day. Yeah,
Right.
night and day. I mean, it's, as you said, there's nothing easier than somebody coming in because they trust you.
Yeah.
You've built the bridge straight away.
Right. And because of that, you also get to scale easier, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, obviously, you're putting more listings online, which then obviously makes your portal look better, which automatically ranks you higher, which then obviously gives you more inbound.
Yeah.
So.
Sweet. And then obviously at that point, you are getting less rejections because, well, they're the ones who are coming to you.
Yeah, people know your face.
Right. And then you're not competing with 90% of the agents because...
No, don't get me wrong. You are still competing with 90%.
Yeah.
But you're in the top 10% now.
Yeah. So you're standing out comparative to everybody else.
Without a doubt.
Right. So very clearly, this looks way better than this.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. All right. So now we're going to talk about how we went from this to this.
Yeah.
Cool. So when we first started, we
Yeah.
obviously talked about building your personal brand. And one of the things that we wanted to focus on is obviously having a target audience. And our target audience, we decided to go for Villanova and the Villa.
And the Villa, yep.
Right. Now, when we did that, do you recall why you wanted to focus on these areas, or was just like these your naturally selected areas before?
Yeah, so obviously when you work for a big company,
Yep.
they obviously choose which area they think is fitting for you.
Yeah.
Obviously the main focus was Villanova originally, but because there were no real traction in the Villa, we thought we'll just aim at the Villa and just see if we can really pull some people over there.
Let me ask you this. For an agent who isn't an expert in a specific area, or like is an expert in a specific area during the sales part, but makes content that's not about the area, do you think that that's a smart move to start?
Not all.
Right.
No.
So imagine yourself that you were actually focused on the Villa and the Villanova, but we started making content just randomly. What do you think?
You've got no sort of track record in any community. You're just pumping out content for the sake of it. Don't get me wrong. It could be good, valuable content, but you see people that do this and they're pumping more stuff regarding Dubai as a city, not targeting somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think if someone's going from community to community, just pumping out random content, it's never going to work because you're not going to nail that community and the algorithm and the people that are there.
Right. And so it just makes it more difficult to stand out, right?
Definitely.
Cool. So we obviously picked our target audience. When you first started making content, were you very comfortable with it?
Not really. No, I was a little bit out of my comfort zone, but maybe after the first couple of months, we were into the swing of it. Yeah.
Sweet. So obviously, when we were targeting a community, there's 3 target audiences that we're always going for, right? And I think I've mentioned this to you before, which is we're always going for obviously buyers and sellers, but a lot of people, they choose to ignore that there's a very important one in the middle, which is actual agents.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you're a community expert, if you have the buyer, somebody can come with the seller, and if you have the seller, somebody can come with the buyer, and so you do want also the agents to come in.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you say that was a lot of your deals that happened that way? Had one and got the other?
No, I had a lot of agents reach out to me just for the fact that they felt that it would probably be easier to reach out to me than reach out to somebody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, to be honest with you, I've done quite a lot of the deals on my own in that community.
Right, so social media pretty much got you
Yeah,
the buyers and the sellers
It just
together.
took me from A to Z, yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Didn't need that one.
No, we didn't need it. We still dealt with the agents, but I'd already found that the majority of the people had already inquired with me anyway, so it was just a matter of going back through my phone and checking back in.
All right, sweet. So obviously, and also it makes it much easier. If you have the seller, then it's easier to...
Yeah, obviously, 1,000,000%. You've got everything in your control then. So you can control the seller, you can control the buyer, and you can get the best deal for both parties.
Sweet. And then obviously for the first 3 months, what we've decided to do is like 90% of the content that we made were all inside the community.
Well, yeah, we're just introducing myself. Yeah. Obviously, I'd already been there for a year, but nobody knew who I was.
100%.
So we literally just nailed down and said, everything we're doing now is we're just going to be here and just try and get ourselves really well known.
Right. There was also the time where the kids...
when we were filming the new park in the villa, and all the children come running over. I mean, it's not great, but I'd rather the parents run over to me. But it's definitely a start. I mean, them kids go home and tell the parents, and then
100%.
you never know.
100%. So it is that way, right? And so that was the thought process behind it. It was that, hey, if the kids in the area knew us from some entertaining content or just content about the community, and obviously the kids are not independent, they have another circle that they go to, which is their parents, and their parents could be buyers or could know buyers or could be sellers, right? And so it just connects.
It's just being the first port of call in somebody's mind whenever they say, I need to buy or I need to sell.
100%. So obviously then the reason you make most of the content in the villa and Villanova, even though some of the content had nothing to do with the villa and Villanova, we still decided to do them in those communities. Yeah,
even if we were just giving Dubai updates in general, we'd do it walking around the community centre or around the park, just to show people that we are constantly there.
Right, exactly. And so it just builds a psychological effect of,
this guy's here.
This guy's here.
This guy don't leave.
This guy just lives here all the time.
I think this guy's asleep on that skate park.
Right. And so you make most of the content there, even if it had nothing to do with the community. And we also did some entertaining content, like fun content. Remember when you started running away and
at the beginning, we started doing quite a lot of sort of viral video stuff. Don't get me wrong, they didn't go viral, but
it's just
it still stands you in good stead to show that you've got a bit of a sense of humour.
Yeah, because that is the whole point. The whole point is that you, in the beginning, just need to link your face to the place. That's all you care about. Forget the value, forget all of that. That comes in later. It's extremely important, yes.
Yeah.
However, more importantly is you need to have an audience to talk to in the first place.
Definitely.
Otherwise, you're giving value to a wall.
Well, to nobody. And that's the issue with not specialising, because your algorithm don't have a clue where you're sending your information.
Yeah.
It's just going into a big black hole and just getting swallowed up.
No, fair enough, exactly. So basically, what most agents do that I see online is they create content, and I've just made a video about it actually. They create content because they like it, right?
Creating content in general.
Yeah, just content in general because they think that it's valuable or they like that style or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not good enough, right?
No.
You liking it is a personal aspect, but there is a more important aspect of whether it's reaching the right people or not.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can make content, which in our case, if you're making videos, right, you have 2 options. So you have a specific human, and then in our case, we're doing videos that just like go like that.
Yep, direct.
Right? Direct. And then you have those guys who are making videos, And because to be fair, when you're making videos about Villa and Villanova, you're missing out on the guys in
the Palm,
in the
Palm
or whatever,
Jumeirah,
right?
downtown, of course.
Yeah.
But we're not aiming at them anywhere.
Regardless, yeah, right? And here, there's less competition.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're the only person making videos for that audience. And then here, they have a lot of people, right? And they're like, oh, I don't want to miss anybody. I want to get everybody.
Yeah.
So I'll do this.
Which it is. It's good for views.
Right?
But it's not good for
Because
leads.
there is no relatability.
No.
Because what needs to happen is these guys need to be nurtured more. So they need to fall down that sort of
That funnel.
Yeah, that funnel, right? But that takes longer. It is way more competitive because everybody's making the same type of videos in this
Well, yeah,
time.
you've got to consider there's one agent there, that's me.
Yeah.
There might be 50 agents here, all
Right.
going for the same funnel.
Exactly, right? And so they don't know who to trust. It's basically, again, the dilemma of cold calling happening all over again just in videos.
You're just paying somebody to make your videos.
You're right, yeah. And then you're just making videos and it's exactly like cold calling a person. You're like, are you looking to buy? No? Okay. Are you looking to buy? No?
Yeah.
Because you want to finish as many calls as possible so that you can get over everybody.
Yeah.
But if a smart cold caller back in the day would call somebody very specific,
Yeah.
they would be personalized.
I've got somebody for this type, this.
Exactly.
Yes
right?
or no?
And that's the person who would do well with cold calling. And it's the
Yeah.
same exact thing with building a personal brand of making content.
Yeah.
The person who specializes, the person who focuses, takes longer to reach a specific audience,
Yeah.
just does overall better. It's as
Well, no,
simple as that, right?
and that's us in a nutshell.
The next thing I want to talk about is your first deal from social media.
Yeah.
Right? Now, this was not a cakewalk. It did not happen in 2 days,
No,
right?
I definitely didn't know.
So if I were to put a graph and say that this is 1 month, 2 months, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Needs to be a little bit longer. a little bit longer.
7 and 8.
Go on, a little bit longer. I'm only joking. We've got a bigger board.
All right, so we started making content. At what point did we close our first deal?
Month 7.
Month 7. So
Month 7. I think were we 40 videos in, I think.
40 videos in.
So
right.
we did a lot of work.
We did a lot of
work.
Right. A lot of investing.
Of course, but you've got to consider though the communities which I'm doing, they're not in demand.
Yeah.
You know, people don't move to Dubai and say, I want to live in the villa. I want to live in villa. You know, people know Arabian ranches, stuff like that.
Right. Sweet. All right. Sounds good. Okay. So then it took us 7 months to close our first deal.
Yep.
Second deal.
Or straight away after.
Straight.
Yes.
Same month.
Same month.
Same month. All right.
Yep.
And then I'm guessing from there on out, things started to.
Yeah, so
grow.
then I think it were a little bit. I don't think we did one in month 8, and then I think we did one in 9,
Right.
and then every single month from there it's been
And every.
one.
Okay.
Been minimum 1.
Right. Sweet. So basically, we took 7 months to reach a certain stage, and obviously these are also like not $500,000 dirham
No,
studios, right? Like
no, of course, no. The townhouses and villas starting from maybe 3 million, going
Right.
all the way up to 15 million.
Sweet. And so obviously you're also at the same time collecting sellers, buyers, etc. Right?
Yeah.
And so you're building the whole pipeline. Cool. So 7 months of work. How many agents do you think start content, right? Just good, genuine content.
They don't even get to 7 months.
And they don't get.
They get to month 2.
And there you go.
I
Like
get to month 2 and go. I've not took over the world.
right,
I'm done.
right. And then I just.
I see it. I see it every single month in the
Right.
company that I work for.
Yeah.
People start, they absolutely nail the content for a month, don't get any traction, which you're not going to, then just think, oh no, I'm not paying for this again.
Yeah. 100%. You know, the main reason is people always, again, it's instant gratification kind of
Of
thing,
course,
right?
that's the society we're in today.
Yeah.
I mean, we want everything now.
Right, exactly. And so, and also people like, you need to think logically. When you first start real estate, just naturally it's going to take you at least 3 months to close your first genuine deal. Like, unless you
Yeah,
got,
obviously,
like,
don't
lucky.
get me wrong, you be able to nick a deal. A lot
Right.
of people come in and they nick a deal and then they think
Right.
the job's easy. And
100%. But generally speaking, you'll take a couple months before you get the hang of the game of real estate, right?
It took me 6 months to do my first deal before I even started with you.
There you go. So why would you think it's any different on social media? Right?
Just yeah, because they're paying for it. That's the difference. Because they're paying, they want something for the money.
Yeah, immediately.
That's
right?
what it is.
100%. So a lot of people end up creating good content, and I've seen it also multiple times, and they end up quitting midway through.
Yeah.
Right. But one thing that I've always noticed is you're posting 30, 45-second videos.
Yeah.
Right. It's gonna take a while. Right. Like 7 months of content is 40 videos, and if we were to just like do a quick, let's just say we made 40 videos. Each video is about 30 seconds. Right. Divide that by 60. You've made 20 minutes of content.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's like a 20-minute meeting
Yeah.
with somebody.
You had a 20-minute meeting with somebody and you closed the deal.
Yeah. When
What person in the world would say no to that?
people do 8 hours back to back of 20-minute meetings, and you
Right.
still don't close deals.
Right. So mathematically, you're saving a ton of time.
Yeah, in theory, if you look at it in that aspect,
Yeah.
then yeah.
You know, and so you're able to scale because okay, now you've done 40, right? Okay, now you can do more, and now the ball starts rolling,
Of
right?
course,
And so just the numbers start becoming bigger and
It's
bigger.
just that snowball effect. I mean,
Exactly.
I've got people now they'll go on TikTok and type in Villanova community.
New videos.
They'll
pop up.
press on one of my old videos, and they said I've just flicked through like 100 videos.
Yeah.
Just kept going. I were in a bit of a hole.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like there's a saying that goes like the video you post today makes you money 6 months from now.
Yeah, I agree. No, I
Right.
fully agree with that.
Right. So it doesn't make you money now; it makes you money 6 months from now.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's very, very true. Like you
Right.
said, it's on the internet forever.
100%.
That's
Like
it. Once it's there, it's there.
personally, I had yesterday a client reach out, a potential client reach out, and he was like, "I watched your YouTube video with Rashid. That was
wow.
a video that was 5 months old."
Big Rashid. Big Rashid.
Right. So he watched a YouTube video that was 6 months old. Maybe somebody's watching this a year from now, and
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
like
Who knows?
reaching out. So it's the same concept. You're leveraging yourself.
Well,
Right?
yeah, it just means that you're credible. It means you're credible. I mean,
Yeah.
if somebody can watch a video from 2 years ago and then still reach out to you and you reply,
Yeah.
it means that you're still here and you're still doing your job.
Exactly. Now, before that first deal, obviously things. So let's say this is the point of the first deal. Things don't stay very stagnant the whole time. There are little signs of things working. Do you know what your signs were?
That they were working.
Yeah. Throughout?
Well, obviously back then I used to spend days in the community centre walking around and
Yeah.
just trying to not introduce myself to people, but as you said, just get my face well known.
Yeah.
And then it come to the point where I'd walk in for some dinner,
Yeah.
lunch, and then there'd be people stopping me when I'm checking out, and then they'd be saying, "Oh, you're the guy off TikTok.
Yeah.
You're the guy off Instagram.
Yeah.
We sent your video."
So it's recognition.
Yeah, recognition was the biggest part of. I knew that it was starting to
Yeah.
work.
Obviously, you're getting recognition. I'm guessing also at the same time we had some good views in a lot of the videos. as a
Yeah,
matter
don't
of
get me
fact,
wrong.
right? So-
I think the average video might have got between 2,000 and 5,000 views,
Yep.
which if you actually put into perspective, it's a lot of eyeballs.
right? Especially if it's within that area.
Especially for a community which has got 4,000 townhouses, you've just got to consider that every single person could have watched
Yeah.
that video in that community.
Right, exactly. So you're obviously then getting, we'll call it like attention.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then one thing I'm sure you would have noticed is there's possibly family members in the UK starting to see the videos without you sending it.
My family members, or you just mean people in general?
Yeah. Well, people in general, plus your family members, actually, like this is the first sign usually. Is like people you knew in the past.
Well, yeah, I used to get my father and my mother ringing me, and then they'd say, "Oh, I've just had somebody walk in today, and they said I've seen your Lou on TikTok."
There you go. So yeah. So this is a very, very important sign, by the way, for me, because it's one of the first things that happens is old acquaintances,
Yeah,
right, whether it be from friend side or from family side, automatically get your videos and they remember you.
Yeah.
Right. And so it also obviously builds overall with most people you start getting more trust and credibility, right? You start building that. Now, leads. Obviously, you start getting some inquiries.
you get quite a lot of inquiries at the beginning.
Yeah.
You do get quite a lot, but the hardest thing was
Actually.
yeah, because you're still relatively new to the game.
Yeah.
You just treat every inquiry that they're going to buy,
Yeah.
and that's the hardest thing. You might get, say through the portals, you might get 2 leads a day.
Yeah.
On TikTok and Instagram, you might get 5 leads a day.
Right.
So you've just like tripled your inbound leads, and now you're thinking that everybody wants to buy,
Right.
and it's definitely not the case.
Not the case.
No.
And so, yeah, so there are obviously some signs that things are working over the course of the 6-7 months, which is recognition, attention, some trust and credibility is being built, and then inquiries are coming in,
Yeah.
right? So, cool. Now, I just want to go over what agents do that you feel are big mistakes when it comes to creating content,
Yeah, no problem.
right? And so you have the majority of agents over here. Now we're just going to list down issues that we see.
Yeah.
So I want to hear from you.
They're not necessarily issues, are they? Because they work for a lot of people. But now what I'm finding is that there's been one agent, Jake Nazar,
Yeah.
who does the whiteboard content.
Yeah.
And now 99% of agents in Dubai are
Yeah.
copying the whiteboard content.
Right.
Jake gets all the views. Don't get me wrong, there's some agents which have jumped on it just after him.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
Yeah.
But the majority of people, it's just copy and paste content.
Right. So this is one thing that actually works is you have first mover advantage, which is like the person who first starts a new style,
Yeah.
which is great. And you have second mover advantage, which is the first person to copy that style,
Yeah.
which is fair enough.
Yeah.
You caught a trend early, right? But then you have
Now everyone else jumping on the
disadvantage.
bandwagon. Yeah.
Right? And then everyone else is just copying and they're getting a diluted version of what's happening.
Oh, well, like you said, I mean, I jump on my TikTok and Instagram, and I must have seen 4 videos this week explaining how a golden visa works.
Right.
You know, I mean, if somebody wants it, they'll just type in, and there's 50 videos explaining the same thing.
Exactly. So you're not standing out. So obviously, over copying.
Yeah.
As we mentioned before, is obviously consistency is extremely important.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what differentiates everything.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. All this is irrelevant if you're not consistent.
Right. It doesn't matter how good of content you
No.
It doesn't matter how good of a person you hire
No,
if you're just not.
doesn't matter if
consistent.
you're horrendous in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're stuttering or you can't get your words out.
Yeah.
If you're not consistent with posting, then you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah. Sweet. So any other mistakes other than these 2 main ones, or you find that these are the 2 main things?
Yeah, that's it really. That's the big one. That there.
Yeah.
We probably could have gone a little bit deeper with that, but that there covers probably 90%. You know, you're not being original, are you? People can tell that.
Yeah. And the entire point of social media is
To be original, it's to be you. It's to be you.
right?
Yeah.
And so it
Well, not
just
even to
defeats the
stand
purpose.
out. It's to be you. People like to see that you're a normal person.
Yeah.
You're relatable.
Yeah.
You're not just stood at a whiteboard copying what
Yeah.
50 other people have said.
Right. No, 100%. Like even when we record our content, we don't have it scripted. That you know. Like,
No, we've never we scripted it at the beginning because I
Yeah.
was nervous.
Yeah, we're just getting you
But now
used to it.
I just tell you where I want to meet you, and we'll do it off the back. And
Yeah.
people can tell that, and people like that.
Right. It's natural. And a big point of copying is we did this new series, right, where we just go actually with other other experts,
Yep.
and then within 10 minutes,
I know. I've already seen people are doing the walking videos that we're doing.
everybody just immediately starts copying.
Yeah.
Which is a point of that copying for no reason. You don't know who your target audience is. You don't know why you're doing what you're doing. You're just
Yeah.
copy.
Exactly.
There's no point. But the sad thing is sometimes it works. Sometimes you get the odd lead that comes in.
Yeah, I
And then
agree.
you think that, oh, now I know it. But now for the next 2 years, you're not getting anything because
Yeah.
you got lucky. It's as simple as that, right?
Exactly.
It's just like when an agent first starts and he closes the deal his first week, he thinks that,
Don't know I've cracked it.
right, yeah.
And no, it don't work like that.
But it's the same thing. Cool. And then one last thing is obviously we now shifted. We're going from the Villa and Villanova, and we're
Correct.
going more of Dubai land area, right? We're going to
As a whole, yeah.
right?
Yep.
I think this is a very smart thing because many people, they either start from the wide one
And then go narrow.
and then go narrow, which is wrong,
Yeah.
or they start in the narrow and then they stick to the narrow and for a too long of a time.
Well,
right?
there's only so much content you can generally make
You're
about
right.
a community before you just start scrolling to the bottom of your video saying, I need to remake that video.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%. And I think at that point, it's a good sign that, it's time for us to expand. And also with that, you expand slowly. So I think like if I were to draw a graph, it would pretty much go like that, right? And then like this is like your community. So you focus on it for a very long time.
Yeah, so that was the Villa and Villanova. And
Right.
then we started dipping into Haven by Aldar.
Right.
Very, very slowly.
Right. Yeah.
And then obviously now we've dipped into Athlon by Aldar. Then
Yeah.
we've dipped into the Acres.
Yeah.
And that's really us. That's
Yeah.
us now.
Exactly, and I don't know if you recall, but when we first had the discussion about expansion, I explicitly said that you want to do it, we do it slowly.
We do one video out of our 4 videos
Yeah.
a week. We'll do one
Yeah.
for the next 6 months.
Exactly.
Every month. So we're only really just dropping it in.
Exactly, getting people
Yeah.
ready for it. You
Yeah,
know, it's
'cause-
like it's slowly getting that audience.
Well, it looks like you failed in that other community if you just go
Yeah.
from bang bang.
Right, and also the algorithm and people feel betrayed, like because you built an audience from these guys.
Yeah.
Right, and so if you just leave them and go somewhere else, you've just lost them.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
Right,
And I've
like-
still got a lot of my clients now from the Villa and Villanova
Yeah.
that reach out to me and say, I still follow your content. Obviously, I can see that you're not as heavily invested in the communities anymore,
Yeah.
but now I'm thinking about investing here.
Right.
But they still
Yeah.
trust me,
Exactly.
which is what we need.
100%. Sweet. So this was how we built a personal brand for you.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
All the mistakes agents make.
Yep.
And obviously last year we did a really good job. Right.
Yeah. Well, last year was the sort of the best year that we've had
best year.
in real estate. Yep.
Right. Well, it's only been anyways like a year and a half. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But sweet. Awesome. So hopefully this year is even better. And I appreciate. Well, we don't know what's happening, right?
Are you serious? We're in a geopolitical nightmare. I've not had an inquiry for 2 weeks.
Next year.
Yeah, so we'll come back to this in January, and if I'm
Right.
still here in January, we'll do another
We'll
video
do another part of like how we survived the war using our personal brand.
about how I made 100,000 dirham in 12 months, and now I'm bankrupt.
See,
So yeah, do not get a personal brand right
Yeah,
now.
right.
Just
survive.
survival of the fittest.
Right. Awesome. Sweet. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank
nice.
you.
No worries.